Hello, warrior. Okay. This is a huge milestone in your robot training quest. Tonight, you are setting yourself up to master two things: Git and GitHub. These are huge tools used by coders across the land, and you're gonna start using it now, from level 3 to the bitter end. Let us begin. 'Tis a cool summer's night. Grab a snack or beverage. I have green tea, and let's dive into this new universe. What are Git and GitHub? My understanding of Git is that it is the Google Docs of code, except instead of living in the cloud, it lives locally on your computer. Now, Git manages your code files. Specifically, it tracks the history of changes that you've made to your code files and lets you branch off different versions if you want to test different things, and then allows you to revert back. It also allows multiple coders to collab and make changes to the same code file, like Google Docs. It is a crazy powerful tool, and this kind of tool is called a VCS, or a version control system. Get it? Because it controls the different versions of your, you get it. Git manages our code files on the computer, whereas GitHub is like a social networking site that coders can use together with Git. You can store the code files that you have Git managing in GitHub so that other coders can see it, use it, fork it, more on that later, and build cool things with it, and find bugs for you. Anyway, enough talking. Let's get you moving with Git and GitHub. So the first step for you is, if you don't already have a GitHub account, you're gonna create one now. So you're gonna go to github.com, link in the description. You're gonna enter your username, email, password, and click sign up for GitHub. Definitely pick the free option and answer the silly questions. Then what you can do is, if you're at a meetup right now, open a guest window and log onto your email to verify your account. But you can also wait and do that from home. You just won't be able to do much with GitHub until you verify. Then feel free to customize your profile, change the avatar, write a sick bio. So next up, we need Git. If you're a nerdy girls, you are good to go. You should have Git Bash, which is both Git and Bash, which is the actual interface that you see when you're using Git. If you're a rogue robot trainer, I got you covered. I'm assuming you're using Windows. Go to gitforwindows.org and hit that big download button. Once it's downloaded, you're gonna run the executable, hit next, click to add an icon to the desktop if you want, and we are going to use the Nano editor because it's beginner friendly. On this, we're gonna stick with the recommended option. We're gonna use OpenSSL library. We're gonna check out Windows style, but commit using Unix style line endings. We're gonna use min-tty. On this page, make sure everything's checked except for the last one, and you can enable the new experimental feature if you want, and install. And once it's installed, you can restart your computer. It's a good habit to get into. If you wanna dig into what the different installation possibilities mean, I'll try to link some helpful resources in the description. Okay, so now we should all be on the same page. So open Git Bash. So this is the command line interface where you'll be sending commands to Git. And once you start using it, you'll feel like a legit hacker. You'll feel like an Elliot Alderson, you know what I'm saying? So the final part of this tutorial is to configure the settings on Git. Basically, we want to tell Git what our name is, and since we're also using GitHub, the email address that's associated with our GitHub account. So first, let's type the command to tell Git what our name is. So the command is git space config space dash dash global space user.name space, and then in the quotes, you're going to type your name, then hit enter to run the command. Okay, next, let's set our email. This command is very similar to the last one, so I'm just gonna hit that up arrow to access it. Just change the user.name to user.email, and then type the old email in the quotes. Hit enter. Now to make sure everything went okay, I'm gonna use the command git space config space dash dash list to list all of Git's current settings, and we should see that user.name is set to our name, or your name. I don't know why I said our name. And user.email is set to your email address. Hell yeah. All right, so you can type exit to log out of the session. So until you build your first level 3 robot and write some juicy code, you're good to go. So this might seem like a foreign language, but I promise that once you start using them as a tool for your robot code, not only will it feel like a familiar pal, but you will feel like a badass knowing that you're doing something that devs in industry do all the time. So I guess this is it then. Have a good one. What are you doing for the... I'm gonna do some super fun stuff. You don't even know. It'll take too long to explain, but bye. Got a new watch.